Word Laos.
Welcome to Travel Talk, brought to you by the Hotel Guide, the global voice of luxury and boutique hospitality. Featuring Edward Leos, each week we sit down with the leaders, visionaries, and innovators shaping the future of exceptional travel and guest experience around the world.
Good morning, everybody. Edward Leos here, publisher of the Hotel Guide and your host of Travel Talk. Really excited about today's episode. I have Miss Narawadee. There you go. On our show.
Narawadee.
And so I'm so excited. Tell us a little bit about where you're coming from. And then that way we can talk a little bit about that and the property as well.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me. I'm from Bangkok, Thailand, and I own this iconic destination called Lebua at State Tower. It's located right in the central business district of Bangkok, not too far from the Chao Phraya River.
Wow. So I know that you have a history. You started it. How did you come to create that property and to do it? Tell us a little bit about the story to get us from there to where we are now.
Okay, sure. Well, Lebua was really created by default, not by design.
Wow.
The building itself was constructed in the early 1990s during Thailand's economic boom, and it was originally created to be the first large mixed-use condominium real estate project in Thailand. At the time, it was the single largest building in Southeast Asia with 1,716 units, combining residential, commercial, and office spaces. Then, during the last phase actually of construction, the Asian financial crisis in 1997 hit.
Wow.
The real estate market in Thailand collapsed like almost overnight. For the first time in our history, the baht was floated against US dollars and immediately lost its half value. Everything changed. In that moment, what was meant to be a real estate project had to become something else. So in order for us to survive, that's how we created Lebua. So Lebua wasn't born from a hospitality blueprint as such, but from resilience, adaptation, and necessity.
That's an amazing story and how it evolved. So tell us, now it's an iconic.
Now it's iconic, right? Yeah. So over time, it evolved into something very, very intentional. A place now defined by our people, experiences, and emotion, rather than buildings, bricks, and mortar.
You know, I think that's an important aspect. I've been dealing a lot with luxury travel and leadership and stuff like that. And you're touching on the words that what make great brands. And I love that you go beyond the bricks and mortar. And you're talking about the people and the culture. Tell us a little bit about how that really is important in today's luxury market and at Lebua.
Okay. Well, I believe in luxury hospitality, culture is the product itself. You can have the most beautiful building, you can be in the best location or spend on the most expensive materials. But if the culture is weak, the guests will feel it immediately. So we have to, as a leader and the leadership team, we need to set the emotional tone for an organization. It shapes how people treat one another in our organization and ultimately how they treat our guests.
No, it's important. I love that you're saying that. At your property, how do you go about doing that with your teams?
So we treat, we have a strong team building. We treat each other with respect and trust, because once they are trusted and respected and inspired, they will automatically treat guests with respect, with something, with it's not about transactional.
Correct.
It's about the feeling, the genuine service mind that being delivered
No,
from
I
their
love,
heart.
yeah, definitely. I love that. It's the relational side of hospitality. And I think sometimes brands forget the meaning of hospitality. And which is a shame at times because you see great properties do it right, but there's so many that don't, and they're in the hospitality industry. And so I love what you're doing at your property and how you're doing it from the inside out. So when a guest comes to the property for the first time, what are some of the things that they can expect when they get there?
Well, they can expect to be treated, to really, this, our team will always try to connect with them emotionally. We try to anticipate their needs, we try to understand their profile, the reason why they come here, are they coming for work? Are they coming to celebrate any special occasions or just, a short transit, So we kind of analyzed the guest profiles prior to their arrival and try to connect with them emotionally during their stay.
That is perfect. You could teach a class on this and how to do it. It's ironic because that's all I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks on LinkedIn and some of my coaching stuff was the evolution of a great hospitality and luxury hospitality. And what are the right ways to do it? And it just sounds that your property is doing that so eloquently. And I love hearing that. What are some things now for the guests that could be for the property, I guess, for the rest of this year or into 2026 that guests could be excited about coming to visit the property?
Oh, yes, of course. We're now very excited as we are evolving rather than in reinvention. We believe that icons should never stand still.
Yeah.
So we continue to evolve. We continue to refine our details. Currently, we are renovating our suites. We are renovating our all-day dining area. We are trying to create a recreational hub instead of a common area for fitness, for spa and swimming pool.
Yeah.
We are trying to make create a hub where people can come together and feel relaxed and treated.
That's awesome. I love the hub aspect. And again, it's just that hospitality aspect. It's almost like you're creating a home away from home.
Yes, exactly. So that's really our focus, and that also currently a very strong focus on storytelling and
Yep.
craftsmanship and human connection in every of our F&B outlets, because we have 5 restaurants and 6 bars currently. So we, 2 of them are 2 Michelin stars restaurant, so we have to continue to really elevate the guest experience by providing a more compelling stories. Everything which we created and the chef curated has to be intentional.
No, 100%. And I love the thought. I love the thought in just your responses. It just shows that you're intentional even in those, because when the leader has that intentionality from the top, it just permeates to the team and to the staff. And I love how you're saying about a home away from home. And when properties are able to do that, that's where brand advocates, i.e. the guest, become your greatest asset.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, because we are very fortunate. Remember, I shared with you that lebua wasn't born by design; it was born by default. We converted the previously the condominium units. So each and every lebua suites starts from 66 square meter, around 660 square feet.
Wow.
So every suite is very, very spacious with a living room and a, and a bedroom. So
So
that's a kind of our standard unit.
that's
So
a
all suites property. Yes.
that's a great standard. That's a great standard to have.
Yes.
Well, perfect. Let's switch a little bit from the professional side and let's talk a little about the personal side, because I always love to ask my guests a couple of travel questions to see where they've
Okay.
been and where they want to go. But what are some
Mhm.
of your favorite travel destinations that you've been to? And then what are some of your bucket list travel spots?
Well, recently, really, I think that changed with age as well. I've recently I'm more drawn to places with strong identity and soul. I just made a trip to Bhutan for the first time last year. So I just love destinations where culture, history, and everyday life just blend seamlessly.
Wonderful.
For me, travel, it's not about checking, ticking off the landmarks,
Hmm.
but it's about, spending time, feeling, seeing the small details. It's a place where we live with memories. So
Yeah.
this is, again, this is how we create lebua as well. We want people to really leave us with memories. It's we don't want just to be, and I don't like just to go and see.
Yeah.
So I will go to the place what make me feel special, but made me feel different, the rhythm of and the people,
Hmm.
everything combined.
I think it's great when you're talking about your own personal travel history and how you do that and how you bring that back to the property as well and to the staff and how you want it to be. And I love that it's symbiotic. So it's not, you don't have one way philosophy personally or professionally. They are very synergistic.
Yes, it can be a very remote nature places, or it can be a very like emerging metropolitan capital, somewhere in China, or
Mhm.
it can be anywhere. But it's or like I'll be going to the States again, in June, actually going to my best friend's daughter's graduation, and then we'll visit the sphere. It's like, for me, it's not about, I don't focus on where I go now these days,
Mhm.
but why I go,
Correct.
rather. Yes.
I like that. So when you're talking about going to the US in a few months, what are some other bucket lists that you have maybe on your spot for not just the destinations to check off, but for the places that you want to hopefully just be a part of?
Well, I'd like to see the Antarctica one
Yep.
day, and Machu Picchu, South America one day, South Africa, or these are the places that I have not yet been to,
Yep.
or to see that, or to go to the North Pole one day,
Oh yeah.
if my health permits.
And if you dress warm, for sure, that's definitely
Yes,
a requirement for the North Pole.
yes, exactly. I just like to see how people live,
Yeah.
how they live their life. I like to see the culture.
Yeah, and I love that. I love what you're talking about with the culture side of things. So much of what you're saying is resonating with your property, but I could see the intentionality in everything that you're saying. As we got a couple of minutes left here on the podcast, which I've loved every moment that you're saying. You're saying some great nuggets here. Um,
Thank you.
what are some things that maybe you want people to know a little bit more about the property or you, and then how can they find out more about the hotel as well?
Well, so please, visit our website at www.lebua.com. Is lebua.com. Very simple.
Very simple.
Yes, we are renovating our new website, our website as well. We're now renovating a lot, including our new website. So you will see, you will have the brand new digital experience in a few months' time.
Wonderful.
And we're located in a very convenient location right in Bangkok. So please, I would like to invite, everyone. And we have one of our top market. It's actually from the United States. We would like to see more of you, coming to visit us. A lot of you came, for the last 16 years from the hangover part two, because we are one of
Exactly.
the locations. But, I would like to tell you that there are many more reasons behind that. We are located right in the middle of the cultural rich location. And our team is more than happy and ready to really walk you through Bangkok.
Oh, I love that. And I love your hospitality. You exude that through just this video podcast. And I love what you're talking about, the hangover effect. We want to make sure that we're helping you get beyond that too, and get even more people coming to the property as well, because it seems when they go there, the brand ambassadors are created, which is exactly what you're wanting, is for them to go out there and spread the word about how amazing the property is. But it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the
Likewise.
podcast today.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is mine. The honor is mine too. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. But to all of our listeners and readers out there, you know the drill. Follow us at thehotelguide.com. We will have the Lebua website in our show notes too, so you'll be able to check out the property. Make a footnote to keep checking back, because they're updating it as well, so you can come back and have a great digital experience in a few more months. But like I always like to say, travel, make memories. And until next time, everyone, take care, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.